Hi, I'm Umahani binti Abdul Razak 57046. I will introduce about a company background of ID Creative and Seni Berhad. ID Creative and Seni Berhad was basically established in 2010 in Jalan Klang Lama, Kuala Lumpur. The founder of this organization is Jasmine Elizabeth, that also as a CEO of Creative and ID Creative and Seni Berhad. This organization consists of three divisions of department, which is top management by Jasmine Elizabeth. Then Mr. Zuliana Zulkifli hold the responsible for department of contest, roadshow and event, and then Mr. Edward responsible for finance, design and human resource management. This business involved in contest and redemption management, event management, roadshow design, bulk mailing and payment supply. They focus on more to provide service to create and design website and advertisement, which involve many departments to manage it. And most of the profit for this organization come from this service, so they focus more. The working style is quite flexible, as they can work from home, as they will keep communicate with their teammate via Google Meet and WhatsApp. And their business hours start from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. and they will have briefing season before they start their work.
Next, I will explain about some company issues that have occurred in ID Creative Seni Berhad. As we know, when we talk about the teamwork and trust building, everyone must ensure that they are always together, especially for the workers itself, in order to keep the company maintained and do well in the future, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. However, there is also some challenges that have been faced by this company during this pandemic, especially that relates to the teamwork and trust building among the workers. The first one is they face a problem to get a mutual understanding from the others during the bargaining in order to solve the issues. Also, it is hard for them to make the team members understand on their issues and make them raise their concern, as they only use an email, Teams and WhatsApp to communicate between each other. Next, this company also have a concern regarding the nature of business on handling the customers' data, and they tied up with PDPA, and there is no tolerance if the data are leaked.
My name is Mishdawati binti Luqman. My meeting number is 259023. I will proceed the presentation with medium of communication used by the company. In the interview question with Ida Creative and Seni Berhad, the company answered that they are using three medium of communication, which is email, team communication and social messenger WhatsApp. The first one is email. Email are being used to send in general and personal email. For general email, the company writing an email to inform the employees about the company's newsletter. For personal email, the company send the email to identify employees to inform them for personal information, and the employees also can send a personal email to the company about their feedback or complaint regarding the specific issue. Second, the team communication. The medium is really useful in the meeting with the members of the department or team project. The medium are really useful in increase the productivity of the team, problem-solving tools to generate the idea that will be valuable to the company, and allow the open communication to give the member opportunity to communicate with each other in the open mind. Lastly, the social messenger WhatsApp. The company is conducting WhatsApp group and WhatsApp broadcast. In WhatsApp group, the employer or leader provide the team member with the collaboration and decision-making platform so that the people in the group can exchange idea, information, and provide guidance. For WhatsApp broadcast, the employer create the platform to send the company newsletter to inform the idea what is actually happening in the company to the employees. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will continue the presentation about problem faced during negotiation and communication barriers occur in the organization. One of the things that the companies always face during negotiation is to get understandings from other parties in solving the problems. Problem that arise during MCO is each team member are difficult for the necessary problem because they only use email and WhatsApp to communicate with each others. When it is difficult to get an understanding of the compilation in negotiation, the company will face various of conflict and pressure from other parties. For the communication barriers in the organization, when one organization has a problem, it has a different purpose and objectives. So when there is a discussion, each will show that their organization needs to be emphasized. The lack of formal channels in the organization also cause barriers to arise in the communication process. The communication process will not run smoothly and it's difficult to understand for each others.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Shahrul Nizam. My metric number is 256914. Today I want to talk about my part is communication tactics strategies that company use. 1. Activities and performance. Games, routine activities and games are one of the company's strategy to strengthen the relationship between employer and employee. This will result in labor relation which the boss will the more closely and will also strengthen the relationship between employers working and in organization. Therefore, a leader in the organization must play an important role if the workers which activities either without the organization outside. Next is cooperation. Collaborative activities is one of the activities that must be in group activities. As a collaboration activities will assist the expedite the work faced by workers. In addition, the result of the activities carried out in groups will be able to improve morale among employees who do not help each other. The result of cooperation between workers also will lead the communication process between the employer which be up and running well in the running of a job. Lastly is about a discussion. Good, good discussion are also one of the strategies that company use because the result of this discussion will provide a channel in giving opinions and also thoughtful areas to be discussion and will also the communication between employers. Supervisors should also play an important role in discussion with employers and this discussion must be done 3 times a month to provide ideas and opinion for the well-being the company.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Akmal. Now I will continue about the objective. The main objective of forming team building in educative Sdn Bhd is to resolve the trust issue, improve good communication, improve the productivity and creativity, achieve better operational policy and procedures, collaborative problem solving, increase the level of trust, support, work well in team and increase the level of job satisfaction and commitment.
3.
Okay, next, how to implement this objective. Okay, the first activity are the team member activities, where there will be a simple case study and answer but arranged disorderly. This activity will implement in the organization itself and approximately the duration take half working days. For the second activity is more to the individual perspective, where each manager act as a panel and participant need to talk the current issue with them. So they try to convince and do the best time so that the manager can join them.
Yeah.
And the participant will be given 5 minutes to solve this problem. So in the 5 minutes, they need to convince the manager to join the talk. This program can be conducted in the organization too, and is approximately taking the full working days.
There are a lot of advantages if ID Creative Sdn Bhd can organize team building activities such as increase motivation and productivity, improve communication skills, increase collaboration, create friendships or alliances and help to develop team roles, easy to identify strengths and weaknesses, working towards vision and mission, and last but not least, initiate creative thinking and problem solving. There are some adverse effects of team building that need to be taken into account by ID Creative Sdn Bhd before implementing team building. There are as follows. First, develop conflict. This happens when a team does not have coordination and understanding among its members. Second, non-productive or free rider team. For example, in a team of assignments given by the lecturer, if in a team consists of too many members, this will create a member who is silent or inactive. Third, leading to non-cooperation. Differences or talk between individuals in a team lead to the lack of cooperation and unity.
The objective of direct communication with staff is able to maintain a good relationship between employer and employee. Second, it can give a positive impact in doing their job and stress can be reduced. Third, we create a good environment of working and accountability. Lastly, using direct communication can enhance performance of workers.
Okay, how to implement? The first step is keep the goal in mind. When the employee comes to a leader with a complaint, suggestion or feedback, keep your end goal in mind. It may feel threatened, but leader remember why open communication is a positive thing. You take it in your stride. After that, encourage direct communication by being present.
Paying attention when employee gives suggestions or feedback or any complaint in doing their job is something that leaders do. The step that the leader needs to do is make eye contact. In addition, the employer can start giving credit where it's due. When someone gives the best idea to solve the problem and already give strict communication in solving the issue. Okay, for the lastly, encourage direct communication by using different platforms. Using another platform will make employees feel more comfortable sharing the information and having discussion with their employee.
My name is Nur Shazana binti Mudin, metric number 256899. Advantage of direct communication with staff is both trust and optional. Email, team, and WhatsApp meeting are usually effective in helping to establish trust and understanding between parties for interact. In companies where email, team, and WhatsApp, important transactions need to be made. This channel of communication is especially important. This is because they can better understand each other's thought, opinion, value, and idea through contact. Communication allows companies to conduct their day-to-day leadership roles such as coordinating, preparing, managing, and guiding. Second, enhance productivity. One of the best things about the social media is that they are open personal and technical account of their for virtually every one of the staff. Then, disadvantage of direct communication with staff, cost of promoting a meeting and maintenance cost. Email, team, and WhatsApp are continuously being improved, requiring continuous and expensive modernization. Each upgrade involves training for employees, taking time away from production. Continuous maintenance costs add up to the total cost until a system update is done. Then, disadvantage of direct communication with staff is one step ahead of hacker could be. Many workers in staff role need to have access to client and customer financial and personal data. Employee privacy concern can be posed by monitoring workers to protect information. For example, a fast look around every workplace confirms that a company needs technology.
Okay, next I want to share about challenge that we had faced during finishing this proposal, which is we don't get a full commitment from the company. Our representative from our group need to remind the company representative to 3 times to answer our question. To settle this issue, we suggest to set a proper schedule or set an appointment to the company to interview. Next, second challenge that we had faced during finishing this proposal is a poor communication between each members. Different understanding and attitude can create gap between each members and can leave some members clueless about what they need to do. So, as a leader must create a Zoom meeting and explain briefly about what others member need to do. As for conclusion, we can conclude that communication is a very significant aspect and fundamental element in the functionality of an organization. It is because communication could promote motivation by inform and clarify the employees about the tasks that they should be done, the manner how they perform the task, and how the suitable method to improve their performance to meet the company requirement. And then communication also can control organization member behavior in various ways as they could perform their job role accordingly with efficient. Therefore, leader and manager need to have such a great communication skill to enable them to communicate efficiently. So, good communication should start from the manager and the leader. It is because as a manager and leader, they will have to deal with additional responsibilities or duties in order to improve employees' productivity, teamwork, moral, and performance. When managers have such an excellent communication skill, they can keep their team moral high and help to resolve conflict that occur in their workplace in time accordingly before it becomes worse.